All right, we're trying this again. I mean, again, thank you for having me on, and having me in your space, your creative space, because it's dope space, and just I'm sure a lot of bangers have come out of this area for sure. This little spot, but we have on the name Uno, and I mean, my first question. I mean, I want to ask you, what are you doing in TO?
Why we stay out here?
Yeah, this is the widest area in the whole
Yeah, I like the quiet for real, just the peace, so I can get away from the city and tuck off into my quiet little neighborhood and don't have to worry about nobody or nobody bothering me. So
Nah, I feel
that's
you.
where I be at for real.
Yeah, no, I used to have a girl in the TO, and every time I go there, I just be like, this is kind of nice,
It is.
It
It
ain't
is.
crazy. I mean, a lot of white people for sure, but
Definitely, definitely. Where you stay over in like Oxnard and shit?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm originally Ventura, but I live in Oxford right now.
Yeah. So like last night we went down there and it's like 15 minutes to get from this side to this side, and it's like it's so deep. 20 minutes, the streets is cut up different. Like it's cool, but it's too busy over there for me.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I feel you. I
I'd
feel
rather
you.
just pop out and party and come on home.
Yeah. So I mean, what's the whole vibe here in TO? I mean, I never really like gone out anywhere here,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, we grew up kind of over here, so we kind of know. So it's kind of just we kind of make fun wherever we go. So there's different bars in different areas around here, like Westlake, TO, Calabasas. We might slide down to like Santa Monica or Ventura. We still go, take a little track, but if we going anywhere close, like they got some spots over here that it's pretty like 2 minutes from the crib, so we can just walk for real,
hey,
turn up, and
damn.
then come back home.
There you
So
go. There you go. Yeah, no, I don't know. I've always like been just like kind of. I'm not trying to hate on To,
no,
but I mean,
you just wondering what the fuck's going
yeah, I
on
always
here.
wonder what's going on. Like, is there a bunch of people like just like having sophisticated like shit and going to bed early? Like, what's that all?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, everything shut down like at like 10 o'clock, bro. So it's
That's
like
early.
it's fuck. Like the only thing we can eat is like McDonald's. I mean Jack in the Box, because our McDonald's is evenings at 24 hours. So
Damn,
yeah,
what?
so yeah, it's white for sure. It's white for sure, but I fuck with it. I fuck
Yeah,
with it.
I mean, you said you grew up here, so I mean, what was that like just growing up here and just being? I mean, I'm sure. I mean, in Ventura County in general, there aren't a lot of black people, but
Yeah,
To, I mean,
there's really
probably got
not
to
a
be
lot of
like
black people.
one in like in 1,000 or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're stupid. Yeah, your numbers are probably off for real. Um, like I grew up in Palmdale.
Hey,
Um, so that's where like we grew up, and then moved out here like my eighth grade year because I was getting in trouble too much out there. So we moved out here and went to like Sinaloa Middle School in Simi, and then went to Simi High for like half a semester freshman year, and then I transferred to Westlake High School with like all my boys because all my boys went to Westlake
mm-hmm.
from my school in Simi. So did that, and then my senior year, my mom and dad got a divorce, so I moved with my mom to Texas.
Okay.
So I was there in Houston, and then after I graduated, I kind of just we came back here, and I don't know, it's just more comfortable. It's like where I went to high school, and like growing up out here, it's kind of you're already used to the under pocket racism. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
already accustomed to how that goes, so it's not a big deal for me. You know what I mean? Some people don't notice it. Some people notice
Mm-hmm.
extremely. You know what
Nah.
I'm saying? But it's kind of been accustomed to how I am. I've always been too white for the black people and too black for the white people. I
Yeah,
mean, for
yeah.
the too white for the black people and then too black for the white. Fuck, I keep
I
saying
know what you mean.
that
I know
name.
what you
Yeah.
mean. I know what you
So
mean.
yeah, that's always been the vibe. So I don't know. It's our school, like when I went to high school out here, our football program was lit. So everybody started transferring in. So you got all the niggas transferring in. So it wasn't as bad as it might sound. You know what I mean? Like you got 20 niggas in the school, but all 20 niggas is
Uh,
like together
they all
every
together,
day. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So it becomes lit for sure.
There you go. And I mean, what was the word I'm trying to find? But I mean, I guess the music that you were kind of getting into, that was kind of floating around in this area.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up. You know, my family is like grew up in the church, so Christian music was always like big in our household. And then like R&B was huge. Like so it was always that. But then when you go to school, you know, you listening to Kiss FM. So you got, you know what I mean, you got goddamn Avril Lavigne going crazy, you got Panic at the Disco going crazy, you got Fall Out Boy going crazy, The Fray, like so those are the things that I kind of grew up on also on top of like my culture. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And understanding, okay, this is Jay-Z, this is Kanye, this is Drake. Okay, but this is also like, you know, you got these people over here. You got Pink that slide in. You got Christina Aguilera that slide in. You
Yeah.
got these type of Kid Rock and different vibes that are sliding over here. And then you, okay, boom. Then I want my parents. We listening to Jagged Edge and you know what I mean, and Usher and Chris Brown and shit like that. So just the different vibes and sonics that help me, kind of create where we're at right now with the music shit.
Yeah, not. And I mean, so what kind of artist has influenced you in your music, and just when did you like your well, do you remember the experience you had when you first listened to that artist?
Yeah, three, three stick out. I have it's more than three. I guess my
Hmm.
first one would be Usher,
Okay.
but like that was like kid shit. You know what I mean? Like your parents pushing you on it.
Yeah.
So it's like you love this nigga because it's just nostalgia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but like really like the first like artist that really influenced me because I love music. So songs like different songs. At one point, like Jason Derulo was that nigga for me. At like one point,
There you go.
but like artists, it was junior, it was sophomore year,
Hmm.
and it was Take Care.
Take care,
Take Care Drake.
Drake.
And then it was Graduation Kanye.
Okay.
And then senior year, My Dark Fantasy Kanye. Like and then like the Justin Bieber acoustic album. Like those albums kind of like started shifting my thought process into like, damn, these niggas is hard.
Yeah.
Like thinking about music in a different format other than just like, oh, that sounds good. It's like, okay, why does this sound good?
Hmm.
And like the sonics behind it. So like Kanye sonics got me. It's like, how do you how do you chop this beat into
Oh
this
yeah.
and then you're going, just the wordplay and everything like that. It just started. That was like really big for me. And then Drake's like how you could talk about your past
Hmm.
as if it's present and everyone can relate to it because we've all been through that in some form or some fashion, you know what I mean? And so the relatability became big. It just became more than just, oh, that sounded good.
Yeah, yeah. No, I feel like those albums are definitely huge albums. Take Care made you feel a certain way. You felt like I can maybe share my feelings too, or whatever. Maybe relate to him, and it really got music to be more personal and just all that. And then like you said, I mean, Kanye's album, that album sonically sounds great. I mean, you have hella producers. You had Mike Dean was on. He heavy hand in that.
That's that man,
And then you had the RZA had his hand a little bit in that a little
for
bit,
sure.
and then but just overall that album was just like damn near perfect almost.
Almost. Which one? Graduation or My Dark?
My Dark,
That's my favorite. That's my
yeah,
favorite album, bro.
yeah,
That's probably my number one favorite rap album of all time. And honestly, it's not a lot of songs on there that I would.
yeah,
I think it's just the sonics of it,
yeah. The
all the way
Sonics,
through from beginning to end. How it just sounds, bro. It's like you're somewhere else. And
yeah,
I felt like how they created it. Like I'm in a suit and tie while listening to this shit. And that's how they created it. They all wore suits, and Ty's coming in to record it, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I hear that. You know what I
You
mean?
can
Like,
hear that just
I
like
hear that. It's
the
straight business.
with the devil in the
Devil in dress or blue
dress,
dress,
yeah,
yeah.
and then just like that
Even
song,
Monster, bro,
yeah,
like
Monster.
they going
Everyone came
crazy,
in.
bro.
Nicki killed it.
Body, and you got like Shorty Body and Hove and shit. Like
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like that is not normal.
nah, that whole. I admit I was kind of late to listen to that album, but when I did, I was like, I wish I listened to it earlier because that album was dope.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, so I was listening to your album and I was trying to try to get a sense of it and just trying to break it down and all that. But I mean, my standouts would have to be honorable mention and what was the last track called? I forgot
No
what was.
problem.
Yeah, and so like what's your process like? I mean, you probably get asked this all the time,
Yeah,
but your process to making some of these songs. I,
yeah. Yeah, man. We locked in. Um, 250 of them things.
I heard about that.
Yeah,
That's a
250,
lot.
250 of them things in a year. Um, made probably about like, so that first album came out in November, and then the second one came out just now. So that's a 4 months cutoff, and I only made like maybe 20 songs from November till it came out. So like probably from November to like January, um, and then all the other songs we had, you know what I mean, we had locked in because I already had. You create so you don't have to keep creating. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If you're in a vibe, you keep going. You don't just hopefully pick up that vibe again. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So for me, it's just like keep going. And the process for real is just I got songs on there like Sauce where I'm freestyling. Like there ain't no cuts. It's just straight
You
through.
just went in, just said,
Just
"Hey,
throw the
hand me the
load up the
mic," and
beat, just go. You know what I mean?
damn,
Catch a
that's
vibe.
dope.
Then you got songs like No Problem, where Valley, Mike Valley, the feature on the song, also artist on Seven Records, my
Hmm.
brother, he had already made the song, and I was like, I need one more song, like I need one more, like, and he was
Damn.
like, all right, he sent me like 3 songs, and they were already like beats structured already, and it's just revamping it, you know what I mean, like
Mm.
moving his verse to the second half,
Yeah, yeah.
adding the hook, redoing the hook, adding my verse, you know what I mean? So just different vibes like that. So you have different formats on how you gonna create songs, but just trying to stay creative. Even
Yeah.
in being creative, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. But I mean, what was the selection process? Because you had 250 songs. Was that like whenever you heard a song, you're like, oh, that's for the album? Or was it at the end you were going through all the songs and be like, all right, which one of these we like?
Yeah. We'll create and we'll create it. Boom. I'll say so for to say for today. Wake up in the morning, 6 in the morning. I'm gonna record like 2, 3 songs.
Mm-hmm.
After I record those 2, 3 songs, I'm gonna mix them down. After I mix them down, I'm gonna play them bitches. After I play them bitches, I ain't gonna play them again till like the end of the week. Or every
Okay.
time I make, okay, so boom, I make those 3. Now let's say tomorrow I make 4 songs.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm listening to 7 of those, the 7 that I made, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the next day I'll make 3 more songs, but
Mm.
I won't listen to the first 3 that I made.
Okay.
I'll only listen to the second day and the third day. And
Yeah.
I'll keep that same process and just move on. Now there'll be songs that I know in my head, like I'm sliding this motherfucker. Like
Okay.
I fuck with this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I put that, I just load that in my mind. But I'm still going. You know what I mean? I'll still record, still make more songs. Then when we get to the point of like, okay, it's album time. So the first Taboo, when we're going through the songs, it's what style of the album do I want to go?
Mm-hmm.
So the first album is personal.
Yeah.
So I want to make that more personable. It's the first time people are hearing me by myself. They're gonna get the introduction of who I am as an artist. They got to see the range that I can do. I got screamo songs on there. I got
Mm-hmm.
R&B songs on there. I got songs where I'm actually rapping. I got songs where I'm the subject matter is tip top if you listening, you know what I mean? Like I'm talking about shit.
Yeah.
And then in the second one, it's like, okay, what hit from the first one that we can bring into the second one? Okay, go back. This is what the people liked. This is what hit. Okay, boom. Now we make a project full of those.
Okay.
But I've had all this already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm making just how I feel. If I throw a beat on, shit, I'm going to that beat. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I got songs where I'm rapping 90s rap. You know what I mean? I got boom bap joints, and then
Yeah.
I got joints where I'm like new age yeet rapping. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
I ain't saying shit. I'm just, but it's however I feel.
Mhm.
So that I have that already. And so the second one, it was like I had to make a couple more joints just to be fresh and for me to be like happy about it. You know what I mean? So, but out of the 10, there was 4 that we kept over from the 250, and then I made some new ones.
Okay.
And then Taboo 3, we already got like 4 locked and loaded for that project already. So I just got to probably make about 5 more, and then we solid
Damn.
on
And that
that.
when is that one releasing though?
That'll be out in August, September
Damn.
around there.
You cooking?
Oh yeah, we loading up.
Yeah. No,
You
but
got to keep going though. You got to keep. The worst thing about being a creative is killing your own momentum,
yeah.
and that's where people lack the understanding. Is you once you start something, you can't stop.
Yeah.
You can't stop because if you had the choice, you had the choice to start it or wait till you had everything in order. You
Yeah.
decided I want to start. Nothing wrong with that. But as you're getting your shit in order, the people are growing with you. They
Mhm.
see that. They see that we didn't start like this. We have a whole podcast first season where we have it's just audio. We have no visuals, no
Okay.
nothing. It's just audio
Just
because we didn't have none of this. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Then the second one, we still didn't have all this. We might have just had
Yeah.
we had
Yeah.
the phones, we had 2 phones loaded up and one camera that's cutting off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
then we got doing that. So we just start growing and adjusting and doing shit where we can come down and just do this podcast here. You know what I mean? We having
Yeah.
that growth. And so it's the same thing with the music, same thing with everything. Like, don't stop. Because once you stop, then the people stop with you.
Yeah.
And you just got to keep on their necks. You force it down their throat so much that you have to respect it. And it's not trash. I'm not giving you trash.
Yeah.
So you have to respect it. You have to be like, something's a little different over here. And that's all it is. It's just put that light bulb on.
Yeah,
So
no, I feel you. Yeah, no, all those things you're just saying is like, man, I'm going through the same thing. I start with just audio, and then I got with video, but still, like at the beginning, I was working out kinks. I'm still working out kinks of how to get the video just right. So I'm like, all right, I want you to start and stop here. This is all that, and so like I'm still working, trying to get it perfect. But like you said, just keep on going, and
yeah.
that like, yeah, no, that's like the one thing. Momentum, definitely. Like if you stop it, that shit will just like go out, swing the
Stop.
other
You
way.
gotta start over.
Hmm.
You gotta start over. And then your algorithms all fucked up. People ain't on your shit.
Nah,
You
it's
posting
fucking
on your story, and
algorithm.
you're like, bro, why is 5 people watching my story? Like, what the fuck? And it's like but you gotta keep going. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I feel that. Nah, like yeah, and that's algorithms. Fucking
Fuck
weird.
these
And
algorithms.
yeah, nah, for real. I mean, sometimes even like not just for me, I'd be trying to catch up with people, but I like algorithm isn't pushing their stuff, so
It's
I don't
gone.
even like never get to catch up with
Now
them.
you gotta
They're
buy a
like
check
all the
mark.
way in back.
Yeah, now you gotta buy a check mark so that people can see your stuff. It's just crazy.
It's crazy. How much is that check mark?
$15 a month. He made $400 million in a day from niggas buying them damn check marks.
That is.
Meta, Zuckerberg, or whoever owns Facebook, whoever rich as hell already, that made $400 million off of 24 hours because niggas won't. I mean,
One that have
I
that check mark.
understand it. I'm not knocking it. I understand it. If you got something going and the algorithm is shitty, so to fix your algorithm and for
Mhm.
people to see your stuff, you got to pay for that, which I get. But
Mhm.
then there's everybody talking shit on it and stuff like that. But this is not high school anymore.
Yeah.
Your opinion that matters nothing to me. We're in a world full of 7 billion people. Why would I care about your opinion of someone I could touch.
Yeah.
There's people that I can't touch that want to hear and want to, and I can be an influence to. So the least of my worries is high school shit. You know what I mean? So you just do
Yeah.
whatever is best for you. And I personally haven't done it. Not saying I won't. I have my
Yeah.
beefs with it. You know, like putting my government name and shit. Like, the fuck, I gotta put my government name on my Instagram still so I can be verified. That's crazy, but like, but
What?
yeah, but it's cool. I fuck with the idea. I
Yeah.
wish I was Meta so I can have 400 million for
Nah.
you know.
I don't know if I would do it just because of it feels misleading
Okay,
almost. I
okay.
mean, at least just to begin with, I'll see like blue check marks. I'm like, hey, this guy must have a lot of followers.
And he
Guy only
doesn't.
got like 400
For sure.
followers.
Facts. 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 Big facts. That's real. That's real.
Damn, if someone just barely opening up, they could just paint a check mark and then just be like,
Yeah, I'm on. I'm popping.
I'm
I'm
on.
on.
Damn, no. But I want to ask you next. So, what was the album cover?
Yeah.
What does that stand for? I mean, it's very artistic.
Yeah. So everything we do is pretty movie-ish. So the first one we had the same style of art, um, and but we put it in a museum with the girl looking at it, just staring at it, give you a different perspective of art. Taboo to me, the definition of taboo is it's the things that are frowned upon that are um, the common trait that everyone for the most part has, but everyone is so judgmental, right? So you have like people that smoke weed, right? I smoke weed. Everyone for the most part smokes,
Mm-hmm.
but let's say I walk into church and I smell like weed. Everybody's like, it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's before like, oh, you can't have tattoos because you're not gonna get a job. Anyone that has tattoos, well, this dude's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the things that, and I'm a movie guy, so you got like Joker. You know what I mean? That create chaos. And it seems taboo, but you're not
Mhm.
really looking at why the chaos is created.
Yeah.
And so little things like that, Kanye and Drake and different vibes and different people, Mac Miller, like, so that was the vibe with the name of it. And so the art style of what I wanted to do, I didn't want to put myself on it. I didn't want to make it about me because it's
Yeah.
not about me. The
Mhm.
album is from my thoughts, from my perspective, but it's not just solely about me. And so I wanted your interpretation from when you look at art. If you look at that painting up there, I want you to have your interpretation of
Yeah.
what you feel like it is versus what I think it is. And so just giving you a picture and a vibe helps that create that narrative. So that was kind of what I was going for.
I feel you.
And then you have the girl looking at the guy. You have the one eyes each for the two. You have the hidden messages in there. One day I'll reveal what the hidden messages are. But you just have the art style that is not the typical art style. People look at that art style like, I don't know if he can really draw.
Yeah.
Like, is that even really art? The taboo mindset. And that's kind of where I
Yeah.
was going with that.
Yeah, no, it definitely is a good way to look at it because I mean, I think that just having something like that as an album cover already just makes someone just intrigued and just you know, album covers. I really think that's a marketing piece. I mean, especially just getting things that no, like just being super creative with that, and just the way you're explaining it of just it being about taboo and just getting to know the behind the story of
Right.
the sin. Not a lot of people look into it and be like, okay, like how this person get to start doing this stuff, or what are they doing this for?
Right.
It's weed. It's people do it as a pastime, or just it makes them feel they get in a creative state
Right.
made of mind, or
We
they
might be
need
going
it.
through something.
Yeah, they might be
Yeah.
going through something, so you can't really be like, it's a sin. Like, why are you doing that in the first place?
Who are we to throw stones at someone else's glass house
Yeah.
when we live in one? That's my big thing about social media the way the world is today. We're um, least about love and more about negativity. Negativity is more important right now.
Yeah.
So I just think that the idea of throwing rocks and looking at somebody else like your shit don't stink
Hmm.
really bothers me. So the taboo thought process stuck with me is because we're all living in a big ass contradiction. And once we understand that we are also not perfect and our faults are just as much as you see as somebody on the street yelling and everybody's looking at that, the homeless person like this nigga's tripping.
But
But what's the difference between your trip and his trip?
yeah.
Because you feel like you can do it inside your home, that it's okay? Or
Hmm.
you feel like, it's just a different mindset. In reality, we're all so much similar than we actually understand.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, that's something that. So I on Sunday I recorded one of my outdoor specials, but one of the topics is just, are there really villains? And that goes speaks to the fact of just villains aren't necessarily bad. It's just the way that they go about it isn't bad. I
It's
mean,
that
it's not the greatest.
it's not looked at, it's looked upon, it's frowned upon.
Mm-hmm. It's right
We were
upon.
watching Hateful Eight and
Good ass
the
movie.
Hang great movie. Top five, top 10
Yes.
for us. Um, you have Hangman in there breaking down um, frontier justice
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much saying that if I go in there, if someone rapes someone or kills someone, murders someone's family member, and me and my boys go up to their house, drag that nigga out, and hang that nigga by his neck,
Mm-hmm.
we're the criminals.
Mm-hmm.
But if the cops come,
Yeah.
arrest him, take him to to the thing, he gets found guilty. They hang him up on the rope, and the man that pulls the lever, nothing,
Yeah.
because the essence of justice is
Mm-hmm.
that, you know what I mean. But really, is there what says that that's okay versus this is okay? Because it's
Yeah.
all to the same narrative, the same outcome is happening.
Yeah.
This nigga's gonna get hung.
Yeah.
It's the same outcome for doing murder. It's the same outcome, but society says, which is, I understand why you need sanity.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
understand that you need rules so that there isn't chaos. But would the purge be a bad thing?
You know, I don't know. I feel like it's definitely like just allowing people just to kill people, a crime being legal for one night.
Take away murder though. Just take away murder. We always look at murder because that's the aspects of what makes the movie. You're gonna watch that.
Yeah.
But take away murder. If someone does something to somebody, look
Mhm.
at the backstory. Don't look at everyone
Yeah.
just like, oh, we're all chaotic and we're
Yeah.
just all gonna create mayhem. Think of, okay, somebody actually did something to this person, and only 1 year, for 364 days of the year,
Mhm.
peace, harmony, love, regardless if it's fake or not, love.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if Trump's president. It doesn't matter if Biden's president. It doesn't matter if you believe in this, if I believe in this. It's peace, it's
It's
harmony.
peace. Yeah.
One day, one day, I could rob a bank. I could go, you know what I mean? I can now there are gonna be crazy things, but what world would you want to live in? Yes, it sounds nuts, but every day our kids go to school, bro, and there's shootings every day.
Yeah.
Every day. There's sanity. There's literally insane shit happening where people don't feel safe every day. And it's like, okay, that would take that away.
Yeah. I
But
feel like it wouldn't be too. I mean, now you think about it, like you say, one day out of like 365 days, it's like at least if you did someone wrong, you know when they're gonna kill you or whatever. It ain't gonna be like this day and age. You like if you did something wrong, this guy can kill you whenever. But if it's
right,
the purge, he's gonna come call for you on that day.
right.
So
I don't believe in villains. I believe in different perspectives of
yeah,
stories. So the Joker is my favorite character of all time. And if you use the movie, his movie, for example, how is he the villain when every time he does anything that is normal to him, he has a whole um, he has a whole disease where he can't
Mm-hmm.
stop, he can't control his emotions, and everyone's just laughing at him, picking on him, making fun of him, beating a whole grown man, kids beating a grown man up,
Yeah.
where his job is dressing up as a clown and flipping a sign, like as a man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you already grown man, 40 something, living with his mom, giving her baths, dementia. Like you're looking at it from a perspective of this dude is a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
But you're not really looking at why he
He
ended up
is.
being the way that he is. And that's because y'all created this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that movie was trippy. Just like realizing at the end that all that shit was like in his head. But nah, it makes you like really empathize with like that. I mean, when I mean, not gonna totally put myself in that, but at least you get to be like not
See a
judge
different
him.
perspective.
Yeah, see a different perspective. And that's what I've been trying to do lately and just try to see different sides of the coin and just be like, okay, this person, they like talk about this, but the reason why is because their backstory, they brought them up to this. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I best want to segue into this, because there's a couple two things I want to ask you, but then which one I want to come talk about first? But talk about first your label, I guess. So it's called Seven Records, and so who's on it?
There's 12 artists. I don't want to miss nobody, but uh, shit. We got Phyllis Driller,
Mm-hmm.
Ty Wave, Dirto, uh, 5 Mike Valley, Krista Thrillis, Matthew Aaron, um, female Brittany Giles,
Okay.
um, Mike June. Um, I think I covered everybody, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that, and then we have a management company where we
Okay.
manage different artists, different entities, different companies. So like we got OG under the management company,
Okay. Yeah.
and different different branches off of that. So that's that right there.
Yeah. Because I was trying to figure out like who was all in. Because so OG's only a part of the management. He's not
He's not part of
part of
the label, the
label.
record label. I
Okay.
guess he's not signed to the
Not
record
signed to
label.
label. Okay. So yeah, I was trying to figure out is Stevie Two on?
Yeah, we used to he used to be.
He used to be.
Yeah, he used to
Oh,
be.
okay. All right. Yeah, but I was just trying to figure out who all was in that
Yeah,
group, and so
he was signed to us
yeah.
for a while.
But what was it like starting the label? And I mean, what were the challenges for it?
Yeah, man. Getting everybody on the same page. I think that's the most challenging anything you're gonna do, because you can't do it by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can't create a label and not have any artists, right? You
Yeah,
can't create a
yeah,
label
yeah.
without having a team behind you. So it was big to create that team. So besides the artists, you got Bam, you got Dre, you got Zebo, you got Glass, you got people that are behind the scenes to help
Mm-hmm.
create this whole thing. You know what I mean? But that was the biggest challenge, I think, getting everybody on the same page and understanding we all have a common goal.
Okay.
And how we get to the common goal, we don't know because we can't tell the future, but we know that the work we put in will get us to this common goal. And being on the same page and moving
Mm-hmm.
towards that as one unit is the biggest challenge for sure.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Did I say Krista Thrillis? Okay,
Yeah, you
cool.
did. Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm not like the guy who runs it, but I kind of got like a crew. We I don't know if you see too much, but the Heat Wave.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my crew. So the guy that runs it, Tony, um, we're just trying to get this thing use that as kind of same thing that you guys are trying to do almost, and just trying to make it a group thing, and then yet we still have our individual
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So I have the Wesley's wavelengths on my side. I have other stuff I'm working on too, but I'm one of the things we've been trying to work with is just being together and just everybody being on the same page.
Yeah.
But it
That's the
definitely
hardest
is hard.
challenge.
Different perspectives, like we mentioned before, different um just people.
Yeah, and people have to be okay with the pecking order.
Hmm.
I think that is the big thing with a group thing. How you decide for me, how I decide to lead makes sure we're on the same page or not on the same page. It determines it's not it's you have to be okay with being wrong. Same with
Hmm.
myself. I have to be okay with someone looking and saying, this is not the way that I want to go and do this.
Hmm.
So I say, okay, well, where do you want to go with it? Where do you see? And being okay with having uncomfortable conversations and getting on the same page and being okay with not feeling like you're being sunned because somebody told you
Hmm.
this or told you this. And that's where it's challenging because everybody's a grown man. Everybody
Yeah.
feels like I put in this work too. So
Yeah.
who are you to tell me you don't like this? Or who are you to tell me you don't fuck with this? And it's like, but you got to understand that it's all coming. It should be come
Hmm.
from love. So never be a. There's no competition within our family.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think.
good.
I think, and I think that's really important to get to where you're trying to fun competition.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that like,
Yeah.
oh, that was a nice video. I seen you do that. I
Give me
bet I got to
some.
get in my shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I heard
Yeah.
that album. You sliding. I got to get in my shit. Friendly competition, not
Yeah.
oh nah, fuck that nigga. You know what I mean? Like nah,
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
shit ass, nigga. And we all on the same thing, nigga. You gonna be on stage with Buddy? How you gonna say fuck him? But it's deeper than just music.
Hmm.
We mean everybody's family. This is you mean my kid, my baby mamas, my significant others. I'm meeting your mama, you meet my mama, and everything like that. It's a family oriented thing. I've known Bam since I was 7 years old. I've known Glass since I was 10 years old. You know what I mean? It's just a family oriented thing that we build in here. So you can't just be coming in here not on that wave. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I feel like that's how it has to be. You gotta get with people you grew up with, and just like it's got to be family. I mean, most of us that in the group, we've all grown up together, and um, just having we all know each other's quirks. There's one guy who didn't grow up with us, so he doesn't quite understand certain people. So when like someone makes a joke, and then like he gets rubbed, takes it the wrong way,
Right.
but then you're like, oh no, that's just who he is.
Right.
So it's just about and then getting people on the same page.
That's the challenge.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's like doing puzzles and watching a crazy ass thriller where at the end you're just like, what the fuck did I watch? And putting it all together. You know what I mean? Like we were just watching Swan and it was and literally I was watching the episode and I put it together before they put the show together. Like before they put it together for you, I already got the show. Like I already knew
Oh,
what was
you knew
happening.
what was
Like
going
I knew
on.
what was her backstory. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And from just watching it and watching the same episodes that everybody else is watching. But it's the
Yeah.
fun way my brain works is putting the puzzles together and how do they fit to make this make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's all the shit. You know what I mean? It's one big puzzle that we're trying to figure out. And once you figure it out, it's very satisfying for sure.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's how sometimes I am with a lot of shows. I try to be like, okay, let me try to figure out like what's going on, and who the suspects and shit, all
Right,
that.
right.
And you're like, I know it's gonna be someone you're not gonna expect.
Expect, right.
So I'm like, oh, maybe it's this the best friend or whatever.
Right.
But
Like Scream 6 was cool because of that. Like I didn't catch who was gonna be the killer. So I was like, all right, that's cool. Like who I thought was gonna be the killer was, but every other time in every other Screams, I've caught it.
you knew it,
Yeah, like,
yeah,
I'm like,
right
yeah, that
away.
nigga,
The guy's that
yeah,
acting too nice,
right? Yeah. Like yeah, he killed that fool. So, but that's the shit that I like. You know what I mean? Fit in all this shit. So
Yeah, nah. But so I want to ask because I in another interview heard you say somewhere that when you're approached to the seven records, you don't really consider yourself the artist so much, right? And you're focused to get everyone else their music out versus yours.
yeah, The reason why I did this music, like become an artist and drop, was because my brothers was like, it's time.
Mm.
You know, it was always a thought process to just have my creative outlets featured on someone's album, or do my group shit because
Yeah.
I'm in a group. So I don't have to always. It's not my subject matter, and I don't have to go. I love to perform,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a way to still perform, but still put highlight to the things that need to be highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I've never considered myself. That's why you won't. I'll do shows, but you won't see me
Won't
on a
see
lot of
you.
shows. You'll see the squad because I'll make sure we're booked, make sure we got shit lined up. But I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to take the forefront. Is not me. I want it
Mm-hmm.
to be in the background. I'd rather put up my time and my bread and my energy to make sure that your goals and your dreams are matched because that's success to me. That makes me like go. You know what I mean? Like you excited to go. Your album drops and niggas fucking with your shit.
Yeah.
Like people love you and people hitting you up like, hey, I want to feature, I want to do this, and that shit makes me like, hell yeah, bro. Like charge this nigga this and do this and this
Yeah.
and do this and that makes it like it makes it fun versus myself. Like I've I'm very confident in knowing who I am and knowing where I am and where my where I am and versus everyone else. So I it's not about needing validation from anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's just but I'm different than everyone else. And
Yeah.
I want validation within my what we're creating versus me. So Lucky Summerfest, I'm in the background. Like we created Lucky Summerfest. I don't have my name in it. I have my pictures in it. You don't know that's me. You know what I mean?
That's
Like winner
dope.
takes all that event, same thing. You don't know that that's us. We giving out $500 for to people that have never touched bread performing before.
Mm.
For what? For
Yeah.
nothing. Just because we want to grow things, and it's not about putting. I don't want my face. It's not about me,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that gets lost in Instagram and how things are
Yeah.
created and how I move and shit like that. But it's really a family thing, and I want to see everyone succeed. I see what you got going on. I want to come sit down, but I want it to be perfect,
Mm-hmm.
and I want all of us to grow. I want all of us to be successful. Like it don't matter if I saw your thing with OG. I'm like he talks about cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
I want his shit to get to that next level. I want
Yeah.
everybody's shit to get to the next level. How can I help without seeing like I'm this type of way and do this in this way? Okay, you got to show. You got Kobe's leadership and you got Peyton Manning's leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Where you got Kobe, where he a dickhead, but he gonna show you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show you by my work, by my energy. I'm putting in every day. I'm here at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm the last one to leave. I'm putting in that work. Yeah, I'm an asshole, but I'm holding you accountable.
Yeah.
And then you got Peyton Manning, same way, but not an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just holding you accountable. I have to push you. Bill Belichick, asshole, but I'm holding you accountable.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson, not asshole,
But
holding
holding
you
accountable.
accountable.
Yeah.
And so finding that blend and doing that, and but showing you just as much as telling you. And so that's big for me. And it's just about a family thing and growing this entire scene. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like I don't I hate when niggas look at the 805 like, oh, you rapping the 805 or you repping the 805 or I don't fuck with none of these 805 things and this and that and this and that. Bro, we do understand that a Grammy winning artist has came out of here, right?
Yeah.
Like 3 years in a row, album of the year, song of the year, beating the shit out of Beyonce and Drake, beating the shit out of them niggas with
Yeah.
Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak.
But we looking down and frowning upon. We have a radio station down here
Yeah.
that lets locals come down and promote what they got going on,
Yeah.
and we looking down upon shit like this for shit that isn't letting us have that opportunity. So for me, it's just about building, bro, and building something that it ain't got to be just about me, but building a foundation that can last the end of time.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel, yeah, the 805 definitely a lot of creative people, and like people need to be put on the 805. Yeah, we had Anderson .Paak made it out. We had Kyle make it out. We had Madlib long time ago make it out, but
Mhm.
no, there's a lot of talent in the 805. And I mean, one question, because I throughout that whole thing you're talking about the face and you didn't want to have your face part of it. So, your profile picture, does that kind of have to do a little bit with it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. We got the Wolf Gang, you know what I mean? So the Lonely Wolf, that was when NFTs were going on and popping, you know what I mean? That was a little
Yeah.
NFT little thing that we got, but yeah, it's if you look at my Instagram and you think you know me,
Mhm.
you're sadly mistaken. You know what I mean? If you think that you had one conversation with me and you know me, you're sadly mistaken.
Mhm.
It's layers, multi-layered.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not whatever I give to people, it's what I want to give to people,
Yeah.
and I create what I want to give to people. And um, my Instagram may look dark. People are like, "Oh, you okay? Like, you all right?" Like, but it's deeper than that,
Yeah.
right? We're looking at surface versus the higher level. It's a bird's eye view of something, and so yeah, that goes into that profile and being in the background, being in the cut. I'll do interviews, I'll drop my music, I'll do videos like that, but like in real life, like I'm not like that. Like
Yeah.
I'm not about to be talking to a bunch of people. Like, 'cause I'm just not. I'm focused on what I got to be here for. If I'm out, that's because we have a show, and that
Mhm.
means that four of my artists are performing on this show. So I have to make sure that they songs is good, they mics is good, they sound is good, they comfortable. I'm
Yeah.
not worried. I can't. You want to take a picture and then talking to man? Hey, bro, I got it. You want to come to the studio? You want to?
Nah, you're not thinking about
I'm
that.
not thinking about that.
Thinking about the moment,
Right.
everything else. Yeah. And so I want to ask you this question, one last question, because we're getting kind of short on time. I gotta get to work in like, what time is it even? In like 45 minutes,
For
but
sure. For
all the way
sure.
in Ventura.
For
But
sure.
we good. But favorite Tarantino movie?
Mm,
Because I know you're because I saw that reel somewhere. Or either you said you
yeah.
uh Tarantino is your favorite director, and he's my favorite as well. But I
He's
want
your
to get,
favorite as well.
yeah, favorite movie.
Favorite movie,
Mhm.
number one.
Mhm.
So the first movie that ever put me on cinema was Pope.
Oh yeah,
So that put me on
classic.
cinema. Bam, made me watch that because I used to talk shit about movies. I'm like, bro, these movies ass. Movies suck. Da, da, da. He's like, bro, watch this. So Pulp Fiction. But number one to me
Mhm.
is Hateful Eight, bro.
Hateful Eight.
That's number one to me. Pulp Fiction was it's 1A, 1B, but it's really Hateful Eight. Then after that, Django's hard. But
Mhm.
to me, I'd rather have Reservoir Dogs instead of Django.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs is
So,
good.
because it's just you, he created that movie with no budget.
Yeah.
Like it's in a warehouse.
Yeah. Nah, that chills.
Like that shit's fire. So, those are probably top three for me, top four.
Yeah, no, I like the way that he plays with time a lot, and just he puts you into like sometimes at the beginning of the story, or like right before it, and then switches it to the
For
like the
sure.
random chaos, or he brings you to the end of the story and then he flips you back to the
Facts.
beginning. And I've liked it, and especially Hateful Eight. I've only unfortunately I've only seen like 3 times, but it's still a good movie. Just the tension he builds in it, just the whole time. You'd feel at any line they say, like someone could go up and pull a gun on him.
Right.
Like you don't know when someone's gonna
Right.
die, but you
Right.
could just
You can feel
tell.
it.
You
You
can
feel
feel
it.
it.
And then the whole movie is no one dying.
Yeah.
So it's just a whole movie of the dialogue, and you're like, these niggas want to kill each other, but they haven't yet. Oh, they're
Yeah.
going to.
Yeah, they're
How
good.
how is this gonna happen? And then you have that final scene, and then you think that's the end of the movie.
Nah.
Nah, we gotta go and show you how we got here. You know what I mean? And then we'll bring you right back, and it's just fire. Like it's really fire. And Pulp Fiction was the first movie I ever seen like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I have it so high. But individually, like I feel like three niggas should have won an Oscar in Hateful Eight.
Oh
I felt like Samuel L. Jackson. I felt like Russell Crowe or Kurt. What's his name?
Kurt
Russell.
Russell,
Kurt
yeah.
Russell. And I felt like, oh boy, that everybody that was in that damn wagon. Everybody that was in the wagon, the
The what's
stagecoach.
his name? I don't.
I forgot
What
his
was his
name.
name? The sheriff?
Maddox. Yeah,
The sheriff guy?
Yeah, the sheriff.
Yeah.
Maddox. Um, but yeah, I felt like they bodied it for real.
Yeah.
It was a fire
And you
movie.
couldn't trust anybody either.
No,
Everyone was
at all.
saying same
But it's
kind of
dope
shit.
because at the end of the day, it's where we're at today.
Yeah.
Um, with the North and the South, with Martin Luther King, where I can be in TL with the white people. And it's literally where we're at today, but showed you how we got here from a war perspective, from a bounty hunter perspective, from a dark perspective. And you have the two people that hate each other, the white the white southern person and the black northern person, who know a lot about each other, who the whole time there's this tension that you feel like, okay, these two people are going to end each other's life, and they are in peace together at the end. They die together, they have a common goal, and that common goal may be vicious, but it's a common goal, and it's all from influence from the person that saved their life.
Yeah.
So it's a whole story that's why I think it's probably number one for me.
Yeah, no, that is a good movie. So last question I want to ask you is how do you think that you can make a change through your creative avenues? I feel like you've kind of said a lot of it, but just any other adding thoughts?
Yeah, just seeing that it's possible with the resources that you do have. You know, just wanting people to. I'm big on others, man. I just want us to all realize that it's not about you. It's not about you. And creating these things and talking in interviews, like, I don't want to do this. Like, respectfully, like, but it's not about me.
Yeah.
There's things in here that I have keys and lessons and things that have taught me in my life and life lessons that guided me into where I'm at today. And I would be naive and ignorant and just stupid if I'm not able to express and share these keys that can take us all to the promised land. And so these creative outlets for me is for that. It's not about me. It's songs like Danger that I'm talking about getting out, dealing with these dangers and dealing with all this darkness and dealing with all these things that are happening to you in a negative way. There is still a light at the end of the tunnel, and you still can get through to the other side, and helping people express that this is what I was going through, this is how I handled this is why I did this and why I chose not to do this anymore, and helping someone get to that point of view is why I create music or do anything I do.
Yeah. Nah, that's a good point to kind of say. It's like, it's kind of selfish and naive of you to hold these ideas from people that may get impacted from what you have to say. And because you never know who is listening. Someone could be listening and just get inspired to do something. And
You got the Black Godfather who's been in the background of everything. He's made the president the president. He's made Will Smith Will Smith. He's influenced so much market and so much things that going on, and no one even knows who Avon Clinton is. You know what I mean? You have these people that do these things and help push the culture so much further, and that's what I want. It's not about charging niggas. Like, they asked me last night on an interview, why don't you charge people for giving them drip? It's like, I could, but like, why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much more lessons to be taught. There's so many hungry, grubbing niggas around here. Like, why would I add to that? I want the culture to actually, bro, hip hop is based on our culture. I want our culture to be successful. I want all of us just as much as the Jewish culture has millionaires and billionaires, and every other culture got millionaires and billionaires, generational wealth. I want the same thing for our culture. So It's about spreading that knowledge, giving out that drip, and everyone else that's on the ride, let's go. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to push us forward. And if anything, I can if creating and all that is the way that I can do that, then I'm gonna do that for sure.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, no, this conversation has been dope. Just talking to you and just maybe getting just talking about a lot of stuff and I don't know. It wasn't exactly all what I expected it would be. It was dope.
Appreciate
I was
it.
like,
Appreciate it.
yeah, and that was a dope conversation. And I mean, shit, if I didn't weren't like bent on time or
Nah, you're
whatever, I
good. We can
would
do
have
a
been like,
part 2 whenever,
yeah,
man.
we'll part two whenever. And part two. This is the thing I'm doing with it's gonna be outdoors. So
I'm definitely down to go outdoors.
yeah, so you pick a
For sure.
location and then we'll get it all
Hell
set
yeah.
up.
I'm with that. I'm with the vibes. Nowhere where sand though. I don't fuck with sand. I don't like
Wait,
sand.
what?
I don't like sand.
Sand? You don't like sand?
I don't
Why
like
is that?
I don't like taking nothing with me that I didn't bring.
Uh, I feel
You
you.
know, I got sand in my socks, all in my car, and my butt and shit. Like, come on, bro. This shit ain't
Too
cool.
much. I mean, yeah, we'll definitely stay from the sand. I mean, that's for sure. But I like to let my guest pick the location. So
Yeah, I got
it
you.
could be anywhere. I mean, shit, it could be in L.A. for all we
For sure.
care. I
It'll
mean,
be by a beach. We'll have some. I mean, by the water or something. A
yeah,
little pool
we'll
of
be
something.
on the sidewalk.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, nah, but this is Wes's Wavelengths where we weave the world of people one conversation at a time. Thank you.
Dude.